Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the INSS Street Stock Series from Lanier National Speedway for their Sunday night Street Stock Series, brought to you by SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Get ready for 100 laps here from the bull ring that is Lanier National Raceway. I want to welcome everybody, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on KIT. We do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And again, we really do appreciate everybody tuning in each and every week. Take a look at those points coming into tonight. We see Delphia is still up at the top of the leaderboard. Logan Powers, though, 2 points back. Aaron Raymond, not too far back either, just 4 points out of that top spot. Then it falls back to Steven Rockford, who is still within striking distance. So plenty of drivers still up near the top, plenty of time. Still have 3 more races after tonight, so plenty of time for the point standings to get mixed up here in the next few weeks. Look at the top speeds. We see Jake Rout currently up at the top of the leaderboard. Let's put that best time up on the screen. There you go. Jake Rout up at the top of the leaderboard. Trevor Catalano sits back in second, and Matt Zaccardo is your third fastest. And we see the 31 of Sean Fleury go around here on the front stretch. It is, as I mentioned, the bull ring type racetrack here at Lanier, so very tricky track for these drivers as well. Not on the throttle very long. High banks, a lot of very wide track, a lot of passing opportunities for these drivers here tonight. So watch for that in this 100-lap event. Looks like we got about 30 seconds left here in practice before we get qualifying underway. And then, of course, our 2 heat races. And then our 100-lap feature. Of course, got to pull my information up here. I thought I had it up. Of course, the INSS Sunday Night Street Stock Series is brought to you by SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Together we can conquer cancer. SD Ireland Cancer Research is a dedicated organization that stands as a proud supporter of cancer research with a mission to make significant impact on the fight against cancer. SD Ireland Cancer Research works to support groundbreaking research initiatives, innovative treatments, and advancements in cancer care. Up to this point, they've donated over $12 million towards cancer research. So again, if you haven't already, or if you can, there is a link down below where you can make a donation yourself to cancer research. We got cars rolling out onto the track for their qualifying attempts. Starting with the 30 here of Cam Powers. Sean Fleury already put a lap. Steven Rockford already put a lap down as well. A couple of drivers coming across the line. Zaccardo just went 4th fastest. Shane O'Neill coming off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe. O'Neill's going to stay in that 5th position for now, as Delphia just went up to the 4th position. And here's Cam Powers making his way off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. And Powers is going to stay currently in that 11th position as Peter Fisher just jumps up into the 12th spot. Ooh, Peter Fisher really loose there off of turn number 2 as they come back down off of turn number 4. Again, really loose off of 4. And that's going to be good enough for the 12th position. Ken Zeems, excuse me, just jumped up into the 9th position as we see one driver out on the racetrack now. Let's get the right TV camera for us. It's Kyle Godbout. Coming off of turn number 2 down the backstretch and into the corner. Another one of the Team Chicken drivers. Oh, hard. Gets loose. Hard correction into the outside wall. Currently up into the 9th position as here's the 04 of Justin Prescott. Again, his qualifying attempt underway off of turn number 4 and across the stripe. And Prescott's going to jump up into the 8th position. One driver yet to qualify. That is the 88 of Aaron Raymond. As we have just a few more moments left here of practice. Looks like about just under 2.5 minutes of practice. So Aaron Raymond's got some time to get that done. Have drivers meeting going on now. So while we're waiting for our final drivers to make their way out onto the racetrack, it looks like we're just waiting for, again, Aaron Raymond. We want to, again, thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. It really does help us out. We really do appreciate all the love and support that you guys give us. Of course, the Sunday night INSS Street Stock Series is brought to you by SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Cancer Research Fund is a dedicated organization that stands as a proud supporter of cancer research with over $12 million donated to date. They work to support groundbreaking research initiatives, innovative treatments, and advancements in cancer care. So if you can, again, there is a link down below in the description. If you can, if you can't, we understand as well. But those who can, it's a great organization that you can donate towards. Of course, don't forget to check out our other great partners here on Intensity Broadcasting, including the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, you can also check out our website at intensityracing.com. If you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, or you're looking to pick up one of our novelty t-shirts, you can check out that as well. Or if you're looking for some swag, get a quote today over to intensityracing.com. We got about 30 seconds left here in qualifying before we get racing underway. About 20 seconds left here. It looks like Aaron Raymond will not be putting down a qualifying lap, but we will get ready for our heat races in about 10 seconds time. Of course, we do have the chat open. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Kick, or over on Twitch, the chat is open and alive. If you have a shout out you want to give, go ahead and throw it up there. We'll read your shout out on the air. That way your favorite drivers, when they watch this back, they can see who is cheering on who. Drivers love to hear their shout outs at the end of the race as we are getting ready to take a look at our starting grid for our first of 2 heats. Starting on pole will be Trevor Catalano, with Stephen Rockford starting from the 2nd position. Row 2 of Ty Delphia along with Shane O'Neill. Jason Pelkey back in 5th with Ken Zeems in the 6th position. Mark Baldwin will roll off 7th with Peter Fisher from the 8th position. Then Russell Peets and Aaron Raymond will take part in our first of 2 heats. Pace truck is rolling. The field is rolling. And we get ready to go racing here from Lanier National Raceway. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Nope, they're going to go one more lap. I lied. Normally these heats only have a 1 lap heat, or 1 lap pace lap. Looks like we're going to have 2 parade laps here in our first heat. Again, lots of room in the corners. We could see some 2, 3, 4 wide racing in the corners here. You never know. As the field comes down to the green flag, and we are racing for 12 laps in our first heat race. Down into turn number 1, it is Stephen Rockford and Trevor Catalano. side by side. I apologize for the timing. Let me get that fixed up for you. Always seems to happen in these heat races. There we go. Rockford just barely out in front at the line, trying to use that high line to his advantage with Catalano down on the low side. There's Tydelphia sitting back in the third spot, trying to pounce on this group as they come off of turn number 4. And now we have 10 laps to go in our first heat. Delphia always there on the long run, as Steven Rockford now falls back a little bit in line behind the 56. And Catalano has all the room in the world to make whatever line he wants to work. Now, Rockford's going to tuck in line in front of Tydelphia. It's going to put our top 3 all single file a little further back. We've got a little 3-wide racing as the 191 of Russell Peets was the meat in the sandwich there for a moment. See Aaron Raymond. Oh, gets into Peter Fisher, just barely. Fisher goes around. Of course, no cautions here in our heat races. We'll have just 7 laps to go. Jason Pelkey starting to creep up on our top 3 as Catalano stays out in front. Now Catalano's starting to pull away a little bit from Rockford. He still has a mirror full of the 13 at Tydelphia. We see the smoke clearing from the Peter Fisher incident as Rockford drives it down into the corner, starts to catch the back bumper of the 56 of Trevor Catalano. Just 5 laps to go here in our first heat as the field comes down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 66 of Rockford as they come down into turns 3 and 4. Sorry, coming down into 1 and 2 is off of turn 3 that he got loose, and now Tydelphia is going to take the dive down underneath the 66. He sees that 66 is struggling a little bit. Now he's going to take advantage of it as he slides into the second position and tries to clear Rockford, and he will clear Rockford off of turn number 2. Now Tydelphia is going to set his sights on the 56 of Trevor Catalano, but with just 2 laps to go, is there enough time? Jason Pelkey is now caught into the mix along with the 25 of Shane O'Neill. So we're going to have a 5-car battle here for the top 5 spots as we come off of turn number 4. And when the white flag flies, 1 more lap to go in our first heat. Steven Rockford seeing if he can try to get back to the back bumper of the 13. Already we're seeing a lot of rubber laying down on that bottom groove. Off of turn number 4, checker flag flies, and Trevor Catalano will win our first heat here tonight from Lanier National Raceway. So we'll take a look at our final results of the first heat. Again, Trevor Catalano, your heat winner. Tydelphia sits back in second. Steven Rockford third. Jason Pelkey fourth. And Shane O'Neill brings it home fifth. Ken Zeems back in sixth. Mark Baldwin seventh. Aaron Raymond, Russell Peets, and Peter Fisher, your top 10. Let's take a look at the grid for our second heat. Sean Fleury will be your pole sitter of heat number 2 with Logan Powers to his outside. Matt Zaccardo back in position number 3. And Justin Prescott rolls off from 4th. Kyle Goodbout back in 5th with Ethan Tyrell in the 6th spot. Camp Powers, Andy Collins makes up row number 4, and Jake Rout rounds out the field here for heat number 2. And just confirmed in the chat that the Trevor Catalano that we are seeing on the track is indeed the 2024 NASCAR Whelen Modified Rookie of the Year as the green flag flies for heat number 2. Down into turn number 1, Sean Fleury and Logan Powers side by side off of turn number 2. They continue to do battle door to door through turns 3 and 4. They come across the line to complete the first lap. It's going to be Sean Fleury just barely out in front as Powers continues to power on that high side. Fleury clears Powers as they go down into turn number 3. Now Powers fighting back on the outside with Matt Zaccardo. Down the inside, the 30 Cam Powers goes around off of turn number 4. Of course, we stay green as this is still our heat races. There are no cautions. Our top 5 under a blanket as they come off of turn number 4. Just 9 laps to go. Sean Fleury seeing this battle door to door behind him, allowing him to pull away just a little bit. Justin Prescott falls off the 17 of Kyle Goodbout. Now he's going to tuck back in line as our battle for second and third continues to be door to door. Battle continues off of turn number 4. They make up a little bit of ground on Fleury as they come off the corner. It's 7 laps to go. Both drivers fighting hard as, Fleury gets really loose down on the low side. That's going to allow Matt Zaccardo to take a look down to the inside. Now Zaccardo gets a little loose on the low side as they go door to door into turns 1 and 2. Great battle as the 17 Kyle Goodbout almost gets into the side of Fleury. He pushes up the track, and Zaccardo is going to have the lead all to himself with 5 laps to go. But Kyle Goodbout right there on the back bumper, trying to use that chrome horn to intimidate the 60 of Zaccardo as they come off the corner. Just 4 laps to go. Justin Prescott now to the inside of Sean Fleury to take over that 3rd spot as Zaccardo continues to hold on to that top spot. And we come to 3 laps to go. Sean Fleury now starting to fight with Jake Grout as Grout's gotten down to the inside of the 31. Cam Powers is falling all the way, Logan Powers is falling all the way back into the 6th position as Zaccardo holds on to the top spot as they come down off of turn number 4. We're going to have the white flag as they come off of turn 4 this time. 1 lap to go. Fleury up into the wall briefly. Does Goodbout have anything for Zaccardo as they come down into turn number 3 for the final time? And off of turn number 4, Zaccardo is going to get heat number 2 win, with Kyle Goodbout and Justin Prescott making up your top 3. We'll take a look at the final results of our heat number 2 race, with Matt Zaccardo getting the win, Kyle Goodbout in 2nd, Justin Prescott in 3rd. I'll pop back up in a second. Jake Grout in 4th, Sean Fleury back in 5th, Logan Powers 6th, Ethan Tyrell 7th, Andy Collins and Cam Powers rounding out the 2nd heat. So we take a look at the grid for our feature race, with Trevor Catalano going to be your pole sitter. Matt Zaccardo starting from position number 2. Ty Delphia back in 3rd with Kyle Goodbout in the 4th position. Stephen Rockford and Justin Prescott make up row number 3. Jason Pelkey in the 64. He'll roll off 7th with Jake Grout back in 8th. Shane O'Neill and Sean Fleury round out your top 10. Ken Zeems rolls off from the 11th position with Logan Powers back in 12th. 13th will be Mark Baldwin and Ethan Tyrell rounding out the 14th, row number 7. Row 8 will be Aaron Raymond in the 88 and Andy Collins in the 68, followed by Russell Peets and Cam Powers back in row number 9, and rounding out the field will be the 71 of Pete Fisher. So the field going to make their 2 pace laps here before we get green flag racing. 19 cars in this little bull ring here that we call Lanier National Speedway. Of course, the initial start will be here on green as the pace car takes off down on the pit road. Green flag flies. We are racing here from Lanier National Speedway. Zaccardo trying to use that high lane immediately to get out into the lead. We come off turn number 4 for the first time, and Zaccardo going to be your leader for lap number 1. Trevor Catalano battling side by side with the 17 of Goodbout. Goodbout showed a lot of speed in the heat race. Now he's looking up to the high side of Zaccardo, but not quite in the position to make that work. Goodbout, though, still trying to use that high lane, try to get position on the 60 of Zaccardo, as Trevor Catalano just sitting back patiently, waiting for the hole to open up. Meanwhile, a little further back, we see side-by-side battles here. We see Stephen Rockford up to the high side of Jason Pelkey, as well as the 90 of Ken Zeems battling with Justin Prescott. But the battle for the lead is going on the high side, as Kyle Goodbout ripping that high line and able to get around Matt Zaccardo to take over the point. Jason Pelkey down underneath the 13 of Ty Delphia. Delphia, our points leader, coming into the race, trying to have a good run. We know that he's never strong in the first part of the race. He always shows his speed towards the end. I apologize, he is 115 laps here from Lanier National Speedway. Shane O'Neill now down underneath Ty Delphia, trying to take over that 5th position. O'Neill will indeed slide into that 5th position. Now we see Jason Pelkey was looking to take a move to the inside of Trevor Catalano, but not able to make that happen, as Ty Delphia continues to slide backwards up in that high line, as you see Ken Zeems starting to move to the inside of the 13. Further back, more side-by-side racing. We got 3-wide racing for a moment. See, Russell Peets was just the meat in the sandwich there between Ethan Tyrell and the 191 of, the 88 of Aaron Raymond. Raymond started way back in the back here tonight, trying to work his way through the field as Kent Powers just barely makes contact with that outside wall. Traffic jam here in the rear, as we see Logan Powers also stuck up on that high side of Mark Baldwin as he tries to move forward. Logan Powers trying to crack back up into the top 10. We are on lap number 13. So far, we've stayed green as Kyle Goodbout starting to pull away from Matt Zaccardo and Trevor Catalano. Delphia says good luck to all the drivers. We appreciate the chat there. I know most of these drivers here, they do race in real life, but it's really awesome when you see somebody who is making their name known. Somebody like Trevor Catalano here. Again, somebody said in the chat, 2024 NASCAR Wheel and Mod Rookie of the Year. Got his first win last year at Monadnock, and look for great things out of him in the coming years. So really cool to see somebody like him in the race here tonight on iRacing, honing his skills, and currently running in the 3rd position. Ty Delphia has finally got himself in line now, as he's trying to find a way around the 90 of Ken Zeems. Meanwhile, Russell Peets looking down to the inside of Logan Powers to take over that 12th position. Aaron Raymond starting to move through the field a little bit, up into the 14th spot. Gets really loose there underneath Powers, and almost runs into the back of Russell Peets, but able to hold on to it. You can see a little bit more speed out of that 88, and that 191 has a bit of damage on that back bumper. Looks like it's already starting to get worn out. as he continues to show that that front bumper to the 191 of Russell Peets. Another great Northeast driver that everybody knows was very aggressive with that front bumper was Teddy Christopher. And Teddy always had a rule, is the 3-tap rule. The first tap let you know he was there. Second tap let you know that he was faster. And usually that third tap meant you're getting moved out of the way. And looks like Aaron Raymond trying to use that same 3-tap method right now on the 199 of Russell Peets. Peets is just impeding his process, and he is wearing out the back bumper of that 191. Well, a little further up, we see the 90 of Ken Zeems. Take a look down to the inside of Shane O'Neill. This is a battle for the 5th position. As we've got one around, the Russell Peets goes around here on the front stretch, and I imagine he might have had a little bit of help with that one. So we're going to take ourselves a wreckage rewind to see what happened to the 199 of Russell Peets here. And if it did indeed have a little bit of help from the 88 of Aaron Raymond. Yeah, you see just a little bit of contact there with Aaron Raymond down to the inside. You know, looking at this, I'm not really sure that. Let's see if we can get a little different line of this one. Aaron Raymond trying to get down to the bottom here. Looked like a bit of a racing deal, just two drivers trying to compete for the same spot, but Aaron Raymond is going to get the claim penalty here. He's going to be sent to the tail end of the line. He's going to have to try to work his way back up through the field to the front. So as they come off of turn number 4, the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off this time. They do. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here. Kyle Goodbout going to take the inside, putting Zaccardo up on the high side. Then Trevor Catalano back in 3rd, and Jason Pelkey going to restart in 4th as the pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. As the green flag flies yet again, we are back racing here at Lanier Speedway. Great jump for Goodbout as he gets off of turn number 2 with the lead cleanly. Zaccardo able to clear Catalano as they come off of turn number 2. As they come across the stripe, our front 2 able to get single file as the rest of the field is side by side. Catalano able to clear Pelkey for the moment. Pelkey trying to fight back on the high side, and Catalano does indeed get clear of the 64. Shane O'Neill side by side with Ken Zeems as they come down into turn number 3, and Pelkey dives it in hard on Catalano, trying to take over that 3rd spot as they come off of turn number 4 down into turn number 1. Door to door, a little contact there as they race off of turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Neither driver wanted to give up that 3rd position. Pelkey has the inside line. But Catalano doing a great job rolling that high side and trying to get that little advantage of momentum up on the high side. He will indeed clear the 64 of Jason Pelkey. A little further back, we see Jake Grout and Sean Fleury battling out side by side. It's a battle for 9th and 10th. As Ethan Tyrell going to dive down there and take over that 10th spot. Logan Powers going to power through as well and into the 11th position as Grout really stuck up on that high side. Now, I think he might have got up into the marbles and got a little bit of dirt on those tires. He was sliding back pretty hard there. As Cam Powers now working up to the high side, Aaron Raymond working his way back through the field after starting at the tail end of this line. Finds himself up in the 16th position, already passing 3 cars. Mark Baldwin, Cam Powers, door to door as they come off of turn number 2. See a little bit of damage to the left front of Powers as Baldwin gets a little shot there. He has to dive down out of the way to keep from losing control of his car. It's going to allow Aaron Raymond to move through as well. Meanwhile, back up towards the front, you see Ken Zeems trying to look down underneath Shane O'Neill, but was not able to get the power down. He was really loose there for a second off the corner. As the field pretty much single file now, we are working lap number 36, 80 laps to go. Again, Kyle Godbout just pulled away out there right now. But how much is this track going to change? As you can see, there's already a dark groove right at the bottom of that first lane. Rubber's really starting to lay down on the track, and we got one around. Looks like it is Ty Delphia, our points leader, having some issues. Heavy damage to the 13. He's going to have to call for a tow. That's going to bring up our second wreckage rewind of the night, as we try to see what happened to our points leader, Ty Delphia. So Delphia trying to take a look down to the inside of the 90. Again, looks more like a racing deal again. Just two drivers in the same spot, and the driver who got the worst of it was the 13, as the 90 overcorrected right up into the side of Ty Delphia. Heavy, heavy, heavy damage to that 13 machine. So we can get a different view here as we take a look from Ty Delphia's car. Hard contact. He was never expecting that car to turn back to the right up the track. So that's going to bring the field back together. We'll re-rack them, restack them as the lights on the pace truck are off. As the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn back down on the pit road. And the green flag flies yet again. And Kyle Goodbout with a great jump again on that low side. But here comes Zicardo trying to make something happen on the high side with a little bit cooler tires. They come off of turn number 4. Goodbout still has the advantage on that low side, but Zicardo trying to make it work. Here comes Caliano. So they are side by side here for the top 3 spots, as Catalano still trying to get down underneath Matt Zicardo and make something happen. Shane O'Neill sits back in the 4th position, trying to work towards the front. Had a top 3 finish last week, trying to follow that up with another one. As the field goes across the stripe, we have 75 laps to go. Zicardo and Catalano now single file behind Goodbout. We'll battle back here as they start to get more double file. Sean Fleury, almost some 3-wide racing as we see Sean Fleury down on the inside. We saw the 23 Ethan Tyrell was in the middle and Stephen Rockford at the top, as Baldwin has some issues here on the backstretch. He's going to get that car rolling, and we are going to have a yellow flag as the field just starts to come by as he starts to get rolling. That's going to bring up our 3rd wreckage rewind of the night. As Baldwin was working down to the inside of Cam Powers. And just a little contact there, door-to-door contact, slides down to the inside. See him nosed into the wall, Tries to get that car back rolling as quickly as he can, but here comes the 49 of Jake Grout right at the same time. And officials throw the caution for that as you see Grout and Baldwin making their way down on the pit road. If this is your first time watching the INSS series here on iRacing on Intensity, they do not have resets. So sometimes some leagues run resets or free cars in the pits, a couple ways that you can call it. But this league does not, they try to make it as realistic as possible, so any damage that is accrued during the race, they either have to fix or retire. That's why you see Zeems and Delphia still sitting in the pits trying to get some damage fixed up here. Hearing on the radio, tires are starting to fade a little bit. Drivers are starting to struggle a little bit on these tires. Of course, caution laps do not count. They do not have any spare tires in the pits either, so they're going to have to try to manage these tires the best they can. Fuel will not be an issue as the pace car dives down on the pit road. Kyle Goodbout brings him back down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air and did not fool Catalano, who's up on the high side. They are door to door down into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, Catalano stays right there with Goodbout, who has the inside advantage. But Trevor not giving up that spot on the high side. Matt Zaccardo sits back in third. He's watching this go on. Meanwhile, a little further back, we see Stephen Rockford side by side with Jason Pelkey. That is a battle for 5th and 6th as Goodbout starting to pull ahead, and he's going to be able to clear the 56 of Catalano as they go down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, a little further back, Stephen Rockford still up on the high side trying to make some moves, trying to clear the 64 of Pelkey. He's also to the outside. Ooh, a little contact there between Pelkey and Rockford. Rockford is trying to get to the outside of Shane O'Neill as well. Great battle going on here. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4, we are working lap 50 of 115. Meanwhile, Aaron Raymond continues to work through the field. He is up into the 11th position and trying to battle Logan Powers to crack the top 10. Again, he had to restart at the rear of the field. Now he's working his way back through the field. Rockford and Steven and Jason Pelkey continue to do battle here for the 5th position. Rockford finally able to take over that 5th position. He's going to set his sights on Shane O'Neill. Now Peter Fisher starting to work down underneath Sean Fleury as they come off of turn number 4. He's trying to move forward now and take over the 8th spot, as Logan Powers has a mirror full of Aaron Raymond. As the field works their way off of turn number 4. Raymond going to look up to the high side this time of Logan Powers, try to pitch him down as they come off of turn number 4. And now Powers going to take a look down underneath Sean Fleury for the 9th position. Meanwhile, Matt Zaccardo has some competition. He's got some pressure coming from behind in the form of Shane O'Neill. Shane, who's had his struggles recently, hasn't really been up near the front, kind of been running mid-pack most of the season. Getting caught up in incidents that weren't his own, and after a podium last week, finds himself knocking on the door of the podium now, as we are at the halfway point of the race. This time, though, Kyle Godbout not able to pull away as he did earlier, as Trevor Catalano sitting right there on the back bumper as they're coming up on some lap traffic. As we saw just in front of them, that is the 91 of Mark Baldwin. Baldwin, we saw, did have a little bit of damage from an earlier incident. He's being scored 1 lap down in 17th. Let's see how this comes into play here. Lap traffic comes into play. She should be able just to move out of the way. The corners are plenty wide enough to get out of the way, so I don't see lap traffic being any issue here. And we see Catalano right there on the back bumper, continuing to put some pressure on the 17 of Kyle Goodbout. Well, we got some big movers to the field already. Peter Fisher up into the 12th position. He is our biggest mover of the race so far. Up 7 spots into the 12th position and gaining on the 49 of Jake Grout. Our second biggest mover, who is really our biggest mover of the race if you look at it the way he's had to come from the back, is Aaron Raymond. Currently being scored up 6 spots from his starting position, although he did have that EOL penalty, had to fall all the way back to the tail of the field. He's now worked his way back up into the top 10 and continuing to try to move forward. Another big mover, Ethan Tyrell, another driver up 7 spots and into the 7th position as he's working on the back bumper of Jason Pelkey, trying to move into the 6th position. Meanwhile, while all that's going on, our leaders have made their way around the lap traffic. Did cause them a little bit of slowdown as Trevor Catalano continues to apply the pressure. We see from the lap times here, Catalano's been just a little bit quicker each lap, except for when they caught the lap traffic. And again, just a little bit quicker. Try to close that gap. Let's see if he can try to make something happen here in these final 47 laps. Let's take a quick little break from the action. We'll show you the sights and sounds of Lanier. A little thing that we like to call here, pumping up the intensity. Field works their way at full song. Kyle Godbout starting to pull away from Catalano just a little bit. Running up on the lap traffic, that is the 04 of Justin Prescott just in front. Wow, another little battle is brewing here as Aaron Raymond, Jake Grout, Sean Flory all tightly packed here. Raymond's now packed, moved his way up into 9th. But Grout trying to take over that 9th position as he is right there on the back bumper. And not really sure who was calling that out. Somebody said, oh, there you go. That was Cam Powers. Some issues. He is down on the bottom of the racetrack. he might have had something breaking. It looks like that car has some damage. Might have made some heavy contact with the outside wall, because that car does not look like it is tracking straight at all. As our leaders continue to do battle up here, is another battle going on a little further back. That is Aaron Raymond and Jake Rout leading on each other off of turn number 4. Two black cars continue to battle it out down the backstretch and into turn at number 3. Raymond trying to defend on the high side. Grout using that low lane to his advantage. Can Raymond use a little crossover here? No, he's going to put some contact though. He's going to hit that back bumper. So Raymond trying to show his displeasure. I don't know if we caught something a little late there, if there was some contact that initially drove those two side by side. As our leaders continue to work through the lap traffic, making their way around the 68 of Andy Collins. You see Justin Prescott and Russell Peets right in front of our leaders. And will lap traffic come into play here? Meanwhile, a little further back, Zicardo still has that 25 of Shane O'Neill right there all over the back bumper. And Stephen Rockford in tow as well, as we see Logan Powers starting to work his way up through the field, up into 7th. And he's been showing some speed here in the last few laps. He's going to look down to the inside of Pelkey. Meanwhile, just in front, Stephen Rockford and Shane O'Neill battling it out as we got one around. And it is the second place car, the leaders. Trevor Catalano involved in this one. So we're going to take a look at the wreckage rewind here. See if we can see what happened here to the driver who was running in second place, Trevor Catalano. Oh, just looks like the I don't know if the Russell Peets looked like he might have caught the wall a little bit. Yeah, he collects the wall, and that collects Catalano. So a little bit of damage to the front end of that 56 machine. Aerodynamics aren't going to play too much of an issue here, so he should be able to get right back into this one as we take a look at that car. It looks like all the damage is just on the front. Looks like all 4 wheels are pointing in the right direction, so he should be okay to get back going as the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to go ahead and rack them, stack them, get ready to refire them. I believe we might be delaying this caution. Yes, we are. So lights are back out on the pace car as we are getting the field all situated here. Lights will be off on the pace truck this time by. So here we go, re-racking, restacking, get ready to refire. And the lights are back on the pace car, so we'll go another lap here. We go back green flag racing, we will have just 28 laps to go. And we appreciate everybody joining us here tonight for the SD Ireland Street Stock Series here, part of the INSS on iRacing. Of course, check out the links down below if you can donate to SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. There is a link down below for that. We do appreciate them coming on board and raising awareness for such an awful disease. Here we go, pace truck makes its way down on the pit road. Green flag is in the air again. A great jump for Goodbout again, as Zaccardo tries to work to the high side of Shane O'Neill. O'Neill tries to pound it in on the low side, pushes up the track a little bit, almost gets into the side of Zaccardo. But we stay green and we stay going straight. Ooh, a little more contact there between Zaccardo and Shane O'Neill. That's going to give the advantage to Zaccardo as they come down into turn number 1. But O'Neill still trying to fire back. They are door to door, basically even, going down into turn number 3. O'Neill does not want to give that spot up. While they battle side by side, Kyle Goodbout is waving goodbye as we have 25 laps to go. Ooh, more contact here in the back as we got 3 wide racing. Justin Prescott on the inside. Sean Fleury was the meat in the sandwich with Aaron Raymond as they continue to be side by side here a little further back. And we see Catalano stuck back here in the Hornet's nest trying to move his way back up towards the front. Meanwhile, Matt Zaccardo, Shane O'Neill continue to do battle side by side as Steven Rockford now starts to make his way up into the mix. He's now got a fender to the outside of Shane O'Neill as O'Neill gets a little loose there on that low side. Tries to keep off the 60 of Zaccardo. Matt Zaccardo going to clear Shane O'Neill. Oh, Zaccardo gets a little loose here. O'Neill tries to stay off of him. They go 3 wide down the backstretch into turn number 3. Rockford wisely backs out of it, allows Zaccardo to gather it up. And now the battle for third goes side by side as Zaccardo continues to have some issues here. He's really made that right rear mad. We're seeing, some contact now as O'Neill gets into the side of Zaccardo. Zaccardo hard into the inside wall. No caution, we stay green. Now the caution flies with Zaccardo and Shane O'Neill. That's going to bring up our 5th caution of the night. So our 5th wreckage rewind. There was some hard racing here as we see. Let me bring the broadcast back up here. As we see Zaccardo and O'Neill make a little contact there. I think Zaccardo may have came down across the front bumper. He was just trying to get it. He was clear for a second. Fortunately, Jason Pelkey gets involved in this one as well. Zaccardo hard contact with the tires at the end of pit road. And that's pretty much going to end the day for the 60. Shane O'Neill able to get back in the mix. So Kyle Goodbout still up front as we work our 5th caution of the night. And the lights off on the pace truck. They're going to put the lights back on the pace car for one more lap before we go back green flag racing. Of course, we want to thank all our great partners, not just SD Ireland below. It's a great organization. You can check it out. Of course, if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today over at IntensityRacing.com. You can find our website down below in the description. Also, we have novelty t-shirts there as well. Atlee Atman Reese's racing gear as well. So check it out down at IntensityRacing.com. Of course, our great partner over at the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products just users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products down below at the link at thebuttkicker.com. As the green flag flies yet again, Kyle Goodbout trying to get a good jump on the low side. Rockford, though, to the high side as they come down into turn number 3. And Rockford rockets off the high side here. They go door to door, side by side down the front stretch. 17 laps to go. Can Rockford use that high lane to his advantage? Also, we see Jake Grout here in the mix. Grout was fast during practice, not so fast during qualifying and the heat races. But now finds himself right back into the mix here as our top three under a blanket as they come down into turn number 3. More side-by-side racing as we've got a mess back here. Logan Powers up to the high side of Ethan Tyrell. Ooh, the 04 of Justin Prescott was just loose for a second. I was still trying to gather it up. To the outside, Peter Fisher trying to work around the 04. Meanwhile, up front, that battle continues between Goodbout, Stephen Rockford, and Jake Grout. Rockford got a little loose there up on the high side, trying to get back to the throttle. He's going to pound it back into the corner here on the outside. He's going to stay right where he is as we have 13 laps to go. Stephen Rockford got his first win a few weeks ago. He's looking for win number 2 of the season in his career on the outside of Kyle Goodbout. We saw earlier, though, just how much that tears up that right rear tire trying to work the high side. That's what happened to Matt Zaccardo. See if the same thing happens to Rockford as he's starting to make that high line work. Almost pulls, he does pull even with Goodbout now down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Rockford using that high line to his advantage. It's starting to pull on the high side of Goodbout with 10 laps to go. Sneaks ahead as they come off of turn number 2. Goodbout gets loose down on the low side. Is that going to be the advantage that Rockford needs as they go down into turn number 1? Now this time, Rockford got a little loose into the corner, but he's able to stay just ahead of the 17 of Goodbout as they make their way off of turn number 4, coming to 8 laps to go. Stephen Rockford tries to clear Goodbout as Goodbout got loose again down on the low side, and he does indeed clear that 17 machine. So Goodbout, who was so dominant in the early portion of this race, now has his struggles. He is falling back into the 3rd position as Logan Powers goes to the high side of the 17. Meanwhile, up front, Jake Grout and Stephen Rockford door-to-door, side-by-side off of turn number 4. Rockford not able to use the high lane with Grout like he was able to. Now down into turn number 3, Logan Powers. Where'd he come from now up into the top 3? As Grout gets loose off the corner, here comes Powers down to the inside of Stephen Rockford. 5 laps to go, coming to 4 laps to go as they come down into turn number 3. Jake Grout starting to pull away as Logan Powers now powers into the 2nd position. Here comes Goodbout back down to the inside of Stephen Rockford. Rockford, though, able to pull back away on that high side. With just 4 laps to go. Don't look now. Trevor Catalano, with all that damage, he is working that high side, and he is working his way back up through the field. Even though we have just 3 laps to go, if the caution was to come out, he might have a chance here if we get a green-white checker finish. As they come off of turn number 4, we have 2 laps to go. Jake Grout out in front, Logan Powers trying to move himself into that top spot as they come down into turns 3 and 4. We are going to see the white flag here off of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go here from Lanier Speedway. Does Powers have anything for Grout down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time? And Jake Grout is going to get the win here tonight from Lanier National Speedways. Logan Powers battles back for a 2nd place finish. Stephen Rockford finishes on the podium. Then Justin Prescott and Kyle Goodbout. Ooh, who's got a turnaround there. Round out your top 5. As we see Jake Grout celebrating here into the wide corners here at Lanier. Jake Grout's going to pull himself a Polish victory lap here. and celebrate his win here on the backstretch. In the chat, we saw Sandy Fleury say, go Logan. As Logan was able to drive himself up to his second place finish. Look at the celebration for Jake Crowd as he comes down into victory lane on the front stretch. And we will take a look at the final results here. So if we get the right information up on the screen, there it is. Jake Kraut, your winner here tonight. Logan Powers comes home second. Stephen Rockford in third. Justin Prescott, Kyle Goodbout round out your top five. Aaron Raymond rebounds for a sixth place finish. Ethan Tyrell in seventh. Peter Fisher eighth. Jason Pelkey and Sean Fleury round out your top 10. Trevor Catalano rebounds for an 11th place finish with Shane O'Neill back in 12th. Andy Collins in 13th. Russell Peets, Matt Zaccardo round out your top 15. 16th with Cam Powers, Mark Baldwin back in 17th, Ken Zeems in the 18th position, and rounding out the field in 19th was the 13 of Ty Delphia. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to support our great partners, including our series sponsor, SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Together we can conquer cancer. The SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund is a dedicated organization that stands as a proud supporter of cancer research. With a mission to make a significant impact on the fight against cancer, SD Cancer Research works to support groundbreaking initiatives, innovative treatments, and advancements in cancer care. With over $12 million raised to this point, please, if you can find a way to drop a donation, the link is down below in the description. Now let's take a little talk with our podium finishes here, starting with our third place finisher, Stephen Rockford. Stephen, you got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
Man, what a run here for you tonight. I thought you were going to get win number 2 on the season, just coming up a couple spots short, but man, it wasn't due to lack of effort. You had that top lane rolling there at the end. What was the secret to getting that top lane to work for you? Because that was pretty impressive there in those closing laps.
I think the tires made me look a little bit better than I actually am. Just kind of saved. I just wanted to make sure that I had something for the end, and I knew that the outside was going to be a way to the front. I got there a little quicker than I wanted to, with Shane getting wrecked and Zaccardo going around too. So, just tried to capitalize there. Got around Kyle, but I used up too much, and Jake was there to capitalize.
We saw a couple quick cautions there at the beginning. Then a really, really long green flag run before a couple quick cautions at the end. The long run, I'm sure you're able to save a little bit of tire there, but did those quick cautions at the end kind of save you a little bit, being able to use a little bit better tire there at the end?
Yeah, just letting it cool down a little bit and giving yourself a break to think about kind of where you want to be and how you want to attack it. It definitely helped me. Once we got strung out, I was getting a little bit concerned that we might go green the whole way. So, and at that point, I didn't think I could reel anybody in. Once it got single file, it was pretty hard to get to somebody's outside. But once you got to their outside, you could hold them down pretty good and make it work. But I'm glad we got those cautions for sure. They definitely helped. I'm glad we got up here and were able to race for a win, come home P3.
Well, next week, you guys are going super speedway racing at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's going to be like a super speedway for you guys. Talk us through it. What do you think your chances are going to be next week, and what's the strategy going to be there?
New Hampshire with the street stocks is by far one of my favorite combinations on this service. But don't get confused, because I'm not very good there with it. I just have a lot of fun with them there. So hoping to get some good luck and actually come out of there with a decent place finish. Trying to track these guys down for a championship, but I mean they're pretty stout. Ty had a rough night tonight, but Logan, it's hard to get by these guys. But we're gonna try to make it happen.
Well, since New Hampshire is one of my home tracks, one of my favorite tracks to watch a race at, I'm excited for next week. So, again, Steven, congratulations on the podium here tonight, eating into that points lead a little bit. And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
I just got to thank SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund coming on, sponsoring the league, Intensity Broadcasting, you guys for coming in here and giving us a great show every week. Couldn't thank you guys enough. Just the VRT team and Logan for putting it on.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Good luck next weekend at New Hampshire, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it.
So that's going to bring in our second place finisher here tonight, Logan Powers, who's going to take over the points lead, unfortunately, due to Ty Delphia's issues there in the race. But, Logan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Man, I know that's not the way you want to take a points lead, but a very eventful night. We'll put it that way. Not in a bad way. A lot of hard racing, a lot of great racing through the field, and you were able to work your way through the field pretty meticulously, kind of hanging back towards the middle most of the race, and then find yourself at the end. Was that kind of the strategy there? Just kind of keep the tires underneath you? I know I heard you guys talking in the chat that the tires were just getting really, really greasy, even just 30 laps in.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the name of the game every week. It's always, you only got one set that you start on, so you got to make it last, whether that be, save early or go early. It's always a different, strategy for many different reasons. But no, super happy with this whole race. I think everybody did a really good job. We had a couple incidents, but overall, I mean, for a track like this to only have a handful of cautions is super impressive, and that's just credit to everybody in this league. I mean, I harp on clean racing, giving each other room, spreading out, finding your groove, and these guys have really taken that to heart and doing a really good job with it. So super happy tonight, and congrats to Jake. I know he's wanted to finish up here. He's been kind of harping on himself about saving tires, and he's a pretty good example of it tonight. He just kept the nose clean, and when it came down to it, him and I and Steven kind of fell back, but him and I were able to charge up through and make it a good finish.
Now I gotta kind of bring out the what ifs. I know Ty Delphia got taken out really, really early tonight. He's been saving tires all season long. Do you think he would have been a real big contender here, a real big factor here at the end of the race if he was still in it?
Oh, definitely. Ty's shown this year he's improved a lot more than he even did last year, and he improved a lot last year, and he definitely would have been a factor. Obviously, hate seeing him getting takeout like that, but we do have a drop week in this league, so it'll drop his worst finish, which will be tonight, I believe. Obviously, yeah, that's going to be his drop. So he'll have to fall back on his second worst finish and take that, but so hopefully he can rebound. And yeah, no, I think Ty definitely would have been there, but obviously he wasn't. So us guys got that opportunity to show what we had, and like I said, it was a really eventful race, but I think it was a really, really good race overall.
Yeah, it wasn't anything wasn't really outrageous or egregious going on out there. Mostly just racing deals. I'm sure you'll see it when you watch it back, but you put that admin hat on and go take a look at these. But man, what a finish for you! It had some names out there tonight as well, having Trevor Catalano running in with you guys tonight. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think him and Matt maybe know each other, but Matt's been bringing some good guys into the league and helping us promote it a little bit on his own. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate guys like Trevor and newer guys that have shown that they can race with respect. That's first and foremost what we look for. But yeah, been a good season so far. Got a couple more, and look to do the same here.
It's nice when the Northeast boys see the names that we kind of know. But again, great job here tonight. Good luck next week at New Hampshire. How do you like your chances there?
Oh, it's fun. Loudon's a lot of fun with these cars, and we've learned that. I think that's one of the only tracks that we've gone to every season just because it puts on such a good show. It's such a different dynamic, but a lot of fun, so I'm excited for it.
Well, Logan, before we let you go, and who you got to thank, who you got to shout out here tonight?
Oh, just everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody who tunes in every week. I appreciate you, Josh, for putting on the broadcast. You do an awesome job. Got to thank our series sponsor, SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Appreciate everything that they do out in the real world and for us here to put this on. And again, yeah, just shout out to all the drivers here tonight and everybody watching.
And I forgot to tell you did have a shout out in the chat here tonight. Sandy said congratulations on the second place finish. So there's that for you. So again,
Thank you.
congrats on the runner-up spot. That should put you in the points lead, I imagine, even with the drop week for Ty, and hopefully that championship's going to be heating up here in the next couple weeks. So we look forward to the final 2 races here.
For sure. Thank you.
Have a great night. I know it sounds like I've been talking to Logan forever. Jake's just sitting here patiently, but Jake, you got a copy? You got Josh up in the booth?
Yeah.
Man, what a win for you here tonight. Kind of came out of nowhere there at the end. I know you were kind of running mid-pack. At one point, it looked like you were struggling a little bit towards the middle of the pack, but it paid off for you, kind of doing the Philadelphia thing, saving the tires, driving yourself up to the front. What was the difference maker there that was allowing you to drive up to the front like that at the end?
Honestly, I think he was having a spotter, man. They would have made the tight, close calls, and was able to drive up to the field, and he was able to communicate really well. So shout out to Colt Martin. I think he's watching still. No, just I finally saved the tires. Yeah, I got some damage early on, but was able to get rid of it, and get up there somehow, some way.
Yeah, I saw you come down pit road a couple times, and I didn't know if you had damage or what was going on there, but able to make it work, and didn't look like the damage was that significant. Before I forget, we do have a shout out for you from Casey Grout saying, "Way to go, Jake!" So you do got that shout out here in the chat. But man, it was a pretty tight battle there towards the end as well. Kyle looked like the class of the field, led almost all the laps until the end there. When you guys caught him, did you know that he just had burned up his tires, or is there something you were able to do to kind of to cheek him into to getting around him?
Yeah, I knew he burned it up. He was just pulling away from the field, and he tends to do that. So I wasn't too worried about it. I just had to find a way around him and then find a way around Steven. And I was able to make that close call on Steven and was able to get to his inside and won. And honestly, if I didn't do it right there, I probably would be sitting P2 or P3 and not P1.
Well, again, great job here tonight. Next week, we move on to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, a little super speedway action for you guys. How do you like your chances out in Loudon?
I love the racetrack. Have terrible luck in this league there. So I'll either finish hopefully halfway decent or I'll finish on a wrecker. So we'll figure that one out, I guess.
That kind of any kind of super speedway racer. Like I said, I know it's not a super speedway, but I know the draft's going to really affect these cars there. So, well, good luck next week at Loudon. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again soon. And of course, before we let you go, Jake, anyone you want to thank? Any shout you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I gotta thank SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund, Logan for putting it on, you guys for broadcasting it, everyone for watching, JNS Sales and Service, White's Heating, AW Clark Builder, Justin Brooks Designs, RKM Setup Shop, Colt Martin, CSV Motorsports, Connor Jones Racing, and anyone else.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on your win here tonight. Good luck next week. Trying to make it 2 in a row, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was our winner here tonight. Jake Rout getting the win here at Lanier National Speedway. That's going to do it for us here tonight from Intensity Broadcasting here from Lanier Speedway on iRacing. Of course, again, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or on Twitch, we do appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to check out the great partners listed down below, including SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund, a great program for a great cause. If you can donate, check them out down below. Of course, our website over at Intensity Racing for all your swag and apparel needs. If you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today over at IntensityRacing.com. And finally, our great partner over at The Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. Check out TheButtKicker.com. Again, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Again, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.